that each role player in Toastmasters is introduced. And usually it also happens that the very first role player who opens the meeting is not introduced because there is nobody preceding her. So before I start this meeting, I want to introduce this person who just spoke, who's none other than the Sergeant at Arms of BKC Fireflies, Toastmaster Cynthia. And as you might have already experienced, she adds that much needed spark to our meetings. She's always there to take up roles. Officially, she's also called the timer of BKC Fireflies because that is one role that she performs so well. In fact, from the very first time that she took up this role, she had performed it so beautifully that Cynthia is now declared as the timer of BKC Fireflies. And when she's not doing Toastmasters, she is a mother, she is a wife, she is a daughter-in-law, and she is also an HR professional at one of the very big HR companies in the world. So that is Toastmaster Cynthia for you. Formally, I declare this meeting open. Welcome one and all to meeting number 137 of BKC Fireflies. As the presiding officer, it is my pleasure to greet not just members of our club, but also a number of members from outside of BKC Fireflies who have graciously accepted to play different roles at our meeting today. And before I speak about something, I would like to interact with them. I see Toastmaster Harshil here, who is going to be taking up the role of the grammarian. Welcome to BKC Fireflies, Toastmaster Harshil. I think this is the first time that you are attending our meeting. So could you quickly tell us a little bit about you and what made you volunteer to take up the grammarian's role?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello? Okay, fine.
You are
Yeah, good
audible,
evening.
Harshil.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. So, so I'm part of Mulund Toastmasters Club. I'm a chartered accountant by profession, and I've been part of Toastmasters for around like 2 years now, very passionate Toastmasters. And what made me take up this role? Because I want to win, I wanted to fulfill certain criteria of Leader in Me award. So the only role that was, that was pending for me to take up was grammarian. So that's why, I took up this role so that I can tick mark, all the criterias and apply for Leader in Me.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Harshil, for that earnest response that you hear because you wanted to. And anyway, congratulations on that award, because I'm sure after this meeting, you're eligible for the award. I'm guessing this is the Leader in Me award. So yeah, so congrats on that. But anyway, thanks for taking up this very important role at our meeting. I also see Toastmaster Akash beaming with a smile here, who I think is also coming to this meeting for the very first time. Toastmaster Akash, please tell us what brings you here, apart from, of course, you volunteer to take up the role. Tell us about yourself.
Sure. Am I audible and visible? So, good evening, everyone. So, I have heard a lot about BKC Fireflies. So, I wanted to join this meeting, but my work timing is basically is colliding with the BKC Fireflies time. My work timing is from 12 to 9 p.m. So, today I have taken a doctor's appointment for 2 hours to join this meeting. And so, by profession, I am a cloud data engineer. So sometimes as I'm working in the IT, so we have to work like more than 9 hours. So yeah, that's about me. And I'm really excited about today's meeting. And I have watched some of the YouTube videos which you guys posted on the, yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited to join today's meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Akash, for those kind words, and looking forward to your segment. We also have Toastmaster Sudhir and Toastmaster Aditya, but both of you have been at our meetings before. So I will, and you are anyway taking up roles. You have a speaking role. So I will talk to you at the end of the meeting to get some feedback from both of you. Now, it's the 18th of April tonight, and tomorrow is a very important day. And I'm sure all of you know what I'm talking about. It is nothing but the general elections of India, the Lok Sabha elections. The first phase starts tomorrow. In Mumbai, I think people will be voting sometime in May, if I'm not wrong. The city that I am currently in, I am currently located in Bangalore, and Bangalore votes on the 26th of April. So different parts of the country are, of course, voting on different dates. But what is most important is that it is very important for all of us to vote. And I'm sure all of us are eligible to vote, because only if you're above 18, you can be a Toastmaster. And only if you're above 18, you can cast your vote. So just as we are all sincere Toastmasters attending Toastmasters meeting, doing our job as a Toastmaster, let's also do our job as citizens of this country by casting our vote. And let's do some research before we cast some vote, our own research, which is not which can be as unbiased as possible. So please stay as unbiased as possible and cast your vote, because this is really important, and each vote obviously counts. None of us are too small or too insignificant to make a difference to this country. So let's do that, and let's make sure that all of us cast that vote and we have that blue ink on our fingers, maybe by the next month when most of you in Mumbai will be casting your vote. On that note, I am going to hand over this meeting to somebody who is, as a citizen of the country, who is extremely bothered about something very important about the country, and he is going to talk about that. He's going to tell us what exactly is driving him crazy about this country. And besides being the Toastmaster of the day, he is also the president of BKC Fireflies, a person who is extremely charismatic. By profession, he is a software engineer. He is an entrepreneur who is now dabbling into AI and how HR can basically use AI to hire people. That's what he is currently working on. If any of you are interested in that, you can catch up with him on that. But other than that, yes, there are also a lot of other things that interest him. And one of those things he will be sharing with us tonight. So over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sai.
Thank you very, very much, Presiding Officer. And a special call out to our Sa as well for leading us off in the meeting so well. The meeting started bang on time, and I appreciated that. I'm a stickler for time. I'm a stickler for a lot of things. And that is what is driving me crazy. What is driving me crazy of late is that this country is becoming more and more difficult to drive in. You get out of the house, you're stuck even exiting your building because there's always traffic coming in front of you and blocking you. Once you're on the road, there is somebody who's either honking at you or cutting in front of you to go to your left or to your right. If you're going straight, somebody wants to go across you. If you go turning left, somebody wants to go straight. This country is becoming difficult, more and more difficult to drive in. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what is driving me crazy. And I want to share that craziness with you and a few things that we can do to maybe fix that craziness, fix that sense of loss of control that we all feel. The minute we step out of the house, the loss of control we feel is what I want to talk to you guys about in tonight's meeting. But Toastmasters meeting has many, many parts. And one of the critical parts of Toastmasters is the feedback that we get from from our peers when we give speeches or we do anything related to Toastmasters. And that list of peers that I'm going to talk about are the auxiliary role players of tonight's meeting. Let us start with the grammarian who can tell us the word of the day and kick us off on a good note. So, Harshal, I'm going to put you on spotlight alongside myself. If you could, I don't know how to, okay, yeah. If you could tell us how you plan to execute your role, that'd be wonderful.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. So I'm the grammarian for this meeting,
Harshal,
and it's my
can I raise a point
responsibility
of order,
to
please?
listen to every.
Harshal, can I please raise the point of order?
Sorry?
Your camera is focused, is not looking at you, which means that your chin is getting cut off. If you could position your camera in such a way that we can see all of you, that'd be better.
Now it's better.
Now it's much better. We can see your
Right?
shoulders, we can see you all. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So as a grammarian, it's my responsibility to listen to everything said during the meeting and note down any particularly effective uses of grammar and any grammatically incorrect speech. As a grammarian, it's also my task to present the word of the day. So let me share my screen and present the word of the day. And okay, the host has disabled participant screen. So can you please grant me the access?
It's been restarted. It's been allowed now. So please go ahead and retry.
Sure. Right. Okay, so the word of the day is cynosure. It means that something or someone that attracts attention because of its excellence or beauty. To give you an example, how we can use this word, amidst the crowded auditorium, the speaker's confident presence and powerful words turned him into the cynosure of the audience. Some of the synonyms are focal point, spotlight, center of attention. So I would urge all the participants, all the members to use this word, cynosure, during the meeting. Now, one grammar tip of the day. The grammar tip is avoid double negatives. So avoid using two negative words in the same sentence as they cancel each other out. Example, I don't have no time. So that's incorrect because we have two negative words in that sentence. The correct sentence is I do not have any time. So avoid using double negative words in the same sentence. So this is the grammar tip. When called upon to do so, I'll present my grammarian report. Over to you, TMOD. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me quickly, admit. Let me quickly take over control of them. I don't know what happened. Why is my spotlight very low? All right. Thank you very much, grammarian. Right now, I'm the cynosure of everyone's eyes because I am on spotlight. That's the first time I'm going to use the word of the day. I'm going to keep using it. The way people become the cynosure of everyone's eyes on the road, which is also driving me crazy, are these loud honks and horns that people have started using. It used to be that you used to have a horn commensurate in keeping with the size of the vehicle that you were driving. For example, my mother had a Luna, and this was in the 1980s, 1990s. She had a Luna, which had those tiny button horns, which you pressed, and it sounded like it was a little mouse squeaking. You go, like that. And over time, and other vehicles which were bigger had bigger horns, louder horns, and that's how people used to sort of distinguish that a bigger vehicle was coming around you. But of late, what I've noticed is that the smallest vehicles also have invested in loud, big horns, to the extent that now the biggest vehicles on the road, the water tankers, the trucks, the lorries, the buses, they have invested in musical horns, the ones which play songs as they are driving along the road, which is annoying by itself. As you're driving, suddenly you hear a song coming from the side and there's big vehicle rushing past you. It's annoying by itself, but it's also annoying for the people who live on the roads next to where these vehicles are plying. For example, we live right next to a multi-specialty hospital, which means that next door to us, there are patients, there are elderly people, there are pregnant mothers, there are children, there are sick people recovering from their illnesses or being treated right next to us. And yet, on the main road, we have these big vehicles playing these loud horns at all times of the day. It doesn't matter if it's midnight, doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m, doesn't matter if it's rush hour, doesn't matter if it's midday when traffic is flowing smoothly. They just have to play that horn, and that is driving me crazy. You know what is not driving me crazy? The fact, there's one more thing that drives me crazy, and I think I'm going to call up someone to help me with that. That is the huge use of crutch words and pauses and things like that. And for that, I've asked someone to take over the role of our counter for the evening, and that happens to be Toastmaster Sudhir, who's going to tell us how he plans to perform his role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai. So, good evening all. I am Toastmaster Sudhir, and I would be playing the R counter role. So, as an R counter, I would be listening to your crutch or the filler words. During the meeting, I will be cynosure of each and every one lines so that I would be able to note down if anyone is using and, well, but, or so. And I will also be listening to filler sounds like and or, and I would compile it and will showcase the dashboard once the report is called upon by the Toastmaster of the day. Over to Toastmaster of the day, Sai.
Thank you so much, Sudhir. That was a pretty quick description of your role. Finally, the person who's going to keep us on track, who's also the presiding officer for the evening, is the third supporting role player for the meeting, and that is Toastmaster Sandhya, who's going to be the timer for the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. As the timer, it is my job to keep the time for the meeting. For the prepared speeches, the time limit usually is 5 to 7 minutes, but we have two icebreaker speeches today, one icebreaker speech today, which will be of 4 to 6 minutes. So at 4 minutes, I will show the green color. At 5 minutes, I will show the yellow color, and at 6 minutes, I will show the red color. Now, while honking loudly while driving might be driving crazy the Toastmaster of the day, what drives me crazy is that people don't read enough books. So as the timer today, I'm also going to inspire to read more books by showing you such books as the timer card. So if you can see, this is the green color. So I will be showing this book to you.
As a point of order, because your background is blurred, this book is not clearly visible to us when you hold it up.
Okay, I will unblur my background.
Yeah.
Is this visible? So this is green in color. So I will be showing this when at the time of the green color. So if your speech is 5 to 7 minutes, this will come up at 5 minutes. The yellow comes up at 6 minutes. And red comes up at 7 minutes. Okay, so green, yellow, and red. There is a 30-second grace period before and after the time limit. So for a 5 to 7 minute speech, you have to speak for a minimum of 4.5 minutes and a maximum of 7.5 minutes. You will be disqualified if you speak for less than 4.5 or for more than 7.5 minutes. And the time limit for table topics and evaluations, I will announce as those segments get declared. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
One quick second. Thank you very much, Madam Timer. Speakers, evaluators, table topics master, table topics contestants, please note we're not sharing our screen because that sort of makes the window where the speaker is visible very small. What our timer has decided to do is to inspire you by way of book. She'll show you a green book when your minimum time has been reached, yellow when you've reached the middle point of your allotted time, and red when you've reached the upper limit and until you finish your speech. So please do keep that in mind that you should be looking for the timer. If possible, you can pin the timer if you need to. That's the way I would do it. But if you don't have the time to do that, I'll remind you to look at the timer screen when required. Right. Speaking of things which drive me crazy, one of the things that used to drive me crazy was good poetry. And one of my favorite poems, and a poem that a lot of us have become familiar with as part of Toastmasters because people keep talking about it or they studied that in school, just like many of us did, is the poem If by Rudyard Kipling. And it's a beautiful poem about a man talking to his son and giving him life advice, saying, if you can keep your head about you when all about you are losing theirs, and gives that kid a lot of valuable insight into how to live life in a positive way so that you can keep control of your emotions, keep control of your situation. Now, because driving in India makes me crazy, I also wrote a riff on that poem, which I will be sharing with you over the course of this meeting. But that is not really what is of interest for a lot of people. People have come here to listen to our speakers, which is what we are going to do first, which is going to be the prepared speakers segment, which will kick off with our icebreaker speeches, followed by other speeches. Our first speaker for the evening is Toastmaster Saurabh, and his evaluator is Sajilal. I hope I'm pronouncing the name correct. Sajilal, can you please turn on your video? I see you. All right. Sajilal, if you could please tell us how you plan to evaluate the first speaker for the evening.
Yeah. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day and fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, Saurabh is attempting the icebreaker speech, and the purpose of the speech is for the member to introduce himself to this club and learn the basic structure of a speech. So, all the best, Mr. Saurabh.
Evaluator Sajilal, what is the time limit? 4 to 6 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's a 4 to 6 minutes attack.
Got it. Thank you so much. Speaker Saurabh, are you able to pin the timer? Are you able to see the timer?
Yeah. I think, I'm able to see the timer right in front of me. I mean, I can see it in the gallery view, but I'm able to spot it.
All right. Sandhya, if you could please show the books one last time to make sure that the speaker can see the books. Can you see the green book?
See the green book? Okay. Yellow. Red. Yeah.
All right. Sandhya, the time limit is 4 to 6 minutes for a friendly reminder on that. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, speaker number 1, Toastmaster Dr. Saurabh Patil. Unlocking potential, the journey of transformation through effective coaching. Unlocking potential, the journey of transformation through effective coaching. Speaker 1, Dr. Saurabh Patil.
Good evening, everyone. Now, we are here and gathered today so I can share a story about myself. A story about the transformative power of coaching. I'm a coach myself. So I'm going to talk about the guiding hand, a word of encouragement, and a gentleness that can unlock the potential and lead to a remarkable growth. Now, imagine a young athlete who is lot of potential and talent, but lacking a direction. That was me several years ago. And I had the raw ability, but I lacked the guidance to harness the power of speaking. It wasn't until one day that I came across a coach who made me believe in me, who saw the potential in me and dedicated their time in nurturing it, and I truly began to thrive. Coaching is not about the teaching skill as we, previously traditionally used to know. It's about fostering growth, instilling the confidence inside you, and empowering individuals to reach their fullest potential. Well, uh, we know about coaches in sports, academics, and personal development, but effective coaching can make it all a difference, even in an individual. So I know what question is coming to your mind. What exactly is coaching, and how does effective coaching work? So let me take you through a few principles that help me out. First, effective coaching starts by building a rapport and trust. The coach needs to establish a connection, a trust, and creating a safe environment for the coachee, to so that he or she can feel comfortable, share their goals, work out their challenges and aspirations. Next, the most important part of coaching is active listening, which me as a coach also, I do it a lot of times. It's not just about hearing the words, we hear a lot of things, but we don't listen. It's all about listening. It's all about understanding the emotions, the motivation, the non-verbal cues, the concerns of the coachee. By listening attentively, a coach can get valuable insights and tailor their approach the way the coachee, they tailor the approach as and how it is suitable for the coachee or the individual to grow. Now, another crucial aspect of effective coaching is asking the most powerful questions. Coaching is not about telling, coaching is about asking questions. These thought-provoking questions that encourage reflection, insight, and self-discovery. By asking the right kind of question, a coach stimulates the thinking in the coaching, broadens the perspective, facilitates meaningful learning experiences in the coaching. Furthermore, now I've been talking about the three principles. Most important part, or one of the most important part of a coach, or even for an individual in the daily life, is feedback. It's not criticism. Let me tell you, it's about constructive criticism. Feedback to improve what you can do better. So you may be doing something, in a good sense, but it has to improve. There has to be a direction. There has to be an improvement. There has to be, improvement in a way that the results might improve. And last but not least, patience, persistence, and empathy. It takes time to bring about any change. And for that reason, you have to be persistent, and for that reason, you have to have a patience. Now, why am I telling you everything? The reason is until 2021, I was struggling with a lot of self-confidence. I used to speak in my school, emceeing eloquence, but it was only for a small group of people. I had a fear of speaking in front of a large audience, and both it's this fear or this not so good confidence was holding me back personally and professionally. But thanks to this coaching, I gained confidence. I learned a lot of valuable techniques, discovered and honed my skills as a speaker, and I challenged myself to push myself out of the comfort zone, get feedback, work on that feedback, get more clarity in communication, and all these milestones cheered me up. So I stand today. There was a time when I was, leaving the stage without a single word, but today I am the cynosure, in the eye of everyone. And that is why I'm a testament, I am a result of an effective coaching, which made me not only a speaker, a confident speaker, but also a professional speaker where you get paid. So in conclusion, before I close my, effective coaching has the potential to transform your lives, unlock hidden talents, unleash the boundless potential that lies inside you. Whether you're a coach or you're coaching, I encourage you to embrace the principles of effective coaching, embark on the journey of growth and self-discovery because you have the potential. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so very much, Saurabh. I think that's really good insight to know that to have someone who's looking out for you, who's thinking on your behalf and helping you grow is always a good thing. Like we have plants at home, and the ones which we nurture are the ones which survive. The ones we ignore are the ones who wither away, even with the most fertile soil we leave them in. So it's absolutely right what he said, that coaching and support is the way forward. Thank you so much. Our second speaker for the evening is someone who's attempting a later stage project in her level 1. That happens to be, once I can find her, what happened? Where did speaker 2 go? There she's coming back. Looks like she had some technical issues. She's coming back into the meeting. But while she's coming back, let me spotlight Aditya and ask him how he plans to evaluate Cynthia's speech.
Toastmaster Cynthia is attempting her level 1 project 3. The objective of this project is for the speaker to use her body language and vocal variety to enhance the speech. I wish Toastmaster Cynthia all the best. Timer, please note the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Gatin.
Thank you so much, Aditya. Cynthia, can you please check if you can see the timers window and you can see the books being shown?
Yes, I can.
All right. Your audio is a little low, so you might have to speak up a little bit.
Am I audible now?
Now you're perfect. Great.
Cool.
Speaker 2, Toastmaster Cynthia Gokhale. Unintended stress can lead to unwanted stress. Speaker 2, sorry. Unintended stress can lead to unwanted stress. Speaker 2, Cynthia Gokhale.
Hello, everybody. Now, this is going to be real fun and highly interactive. But for that, I need your complete cooperation and undivided attention. Do I have that of yours?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
So I would like to begin with a question. Have you come across words that are seemingly simple and yet complicated? Do you know that the entire meaning changes with the way you use your stresses on the syllables of such words? Depending on the stressing, these words could either become a verb or a noun. Seriously, I'm not kidding. Now I've got your gray cells activated. Does any such words come to your mind? The word, the way it is pronounced, could become a noun or a verb.
Cynthia, I can take a guess, but it's probably not a it's an R-rated word.
Okay.
Is the F word. The way you say it completely changes the meaning of the word.
Hello, I am a SA as well. So your comments are restricted. You're on mute. How about this? Okay, I need you to pay careful attention to what I say. How about the word present? Would anybody want to attempt the pronunciation of that word? How would you pronounce it?
Present.
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 Okay. Any other way of pronouncing it?
Present.
Oh, wow. Great. So when you say present, what does it become? It becomes a noun. And what Toastmaster Kashif said, present, makes it a verb. Do you want to try using this word in a sentence where it is a noun and a verb, both?
I was present for a meeting where I had to present my report.
I present to you the present Toastmaster Kashif for having it perfectly wound in a word, in a sentence. Such words, you know, are called heteronyms or heterophonic words. Isn't this fun and mind-tickling? Can you think of a similar example, another word into a sentence? I'll give you one, for example. The bandage was wound around the wound. Did you pick up the heteronym there? W-O-U-N-D can be pronounced as wound and wound. And when it comes into the same sentence, one becomes the verb, the other one becomes a noun. Heteronyms are typically words that have the same spelling, but when pronounced differently, the meaning and the definition changes. For example, bow before the man wearing the bow. Where's the heteronym? Guys, come on.
B-O-W.
Yeah,
B-O-W.
B-O-W. It's bow and bow. Same spelling, usage differently, means differently. Another one, people consoled the IT head when the console was robbed. Look at how interesting English can be. One word, multiple meanings, same spelling. Now there are heteronyms that have the same spelling, but need to be pronounced differently to derive a different meaning. It has nothing to do with stressing on the syllables. For example, T-E-A-R, which would also be tear and which would also be tear. Another one, W-I-N-D. When there was an announcement, when there is expected to be an announcement of wind, you are expected to wind your work up and go home. D-O-V-E. Anybody wants to attempt a sentence with D-O-V-E?
The dove dove for my food.
Great. Great. These are interesting lessons, isn't it? So these were words that we were talking about, which have very, very interesting usage. When we come to sentences, another important thing that we can also speak of is how you stress on a particular word. So an unwanted stress could lead to unwanted stress, unintentional stress. For example, I never said she stole my wallet. When you use the stress word on, I never said that she stole my wallet, it would mean It's not me who said it, it's somebody else. The same way, if I stress on the word never, I never said she stole my wallet. What does it mean? Where does it go? It says, I would never say that she stole my wallet. Stress on the word she. I never said she stole my wallet. It means somebody else stole my wallet, not she. I never said she stole my wallet. When you stress on the word my, it could mean not me, somebody else's wallet. So the usage of the word on which you stress is so important in order to derive what you want to communicate to the audience. It might actually change the meaning of the word entirely or the meaning of the sentence entirely. So be excessively careful, especially when some of the words using some of the words that we have spoken about today. Thank you and great participation. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
I'm going to attempt to use a heteronym to convey my appreciation for the work that Toastmaster Cynthia did in delivering her speech. Wait a second, I did a the effect that she had. No, maybe it's not coming out. It's not flowing out from my head. But my point still remains that you made a big impact with the way you delivered your speech and the way you introduced a new concept to us as a speaker. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Cynthia, for your work. Finally, our third speaker for the evening. And before I go to the third speaker for the evening, let me remind everyone to please use the word of the day, which is cynosure, which means the spotlight or focal point of everybody's attention. Like I said, the cynosure on the road are people honking. The other way that people become the cynosure of everybody's attention on the road is by using high beams and those white halogen lights, which blind you when they're coming towards you and when you're driving at night. And it happens during the day too, at late afternoons or evening time when people are driving with the headlights focused on high beam right at your rear view mirror is going to blind you. And that is really frustrating. And that drives me crazy as well. So friendly reminder, please do use the word of the day cynosure to indicate that you've listened to the word of the day from the grammarian. Our third speaker for the evening is Toastmaster Kashif. Toastmaster Kashif, let me spotlight you really quick. And your evaluator is Toastmaster Sandhya. If I can find her, I will. It's with timer. Okay, there you go. Oh, how am I not able to spotlight you? All right. Sandhya, could you please tell us how you plan to evaluate Toastmaster Kashif?
Well, Toastmaster Kashif's speech objectives are the same as Toastmaster Cynthia's, so I will not read them again. He is also attempting his level 1 project 3. The time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
So, Sandhya, do you need any help with the timing? Since
No, I should be okay.
You'll be fine. All right. Let me remove you from spotlight. Kashif, please check if you can see the timer's window and you can see the books that she's going to show.
Yeah, I can see the window.
Would you see the book?
Yes.
Do you see the color? Okay, good. All right, you're loud and clear. Speaker number 3, Kashif Kidwai. State of flow. State of flow. Speaker number 3, Kashif Kidwai.
In 2006, Karnataka was playing Delhi in a Ranji Trophy match. Karnataka went into bat first and they put a massive score of 440 runs on the board. By the time Delhi turned up to bat, they quickly lost 5 wickets and they were in a really bad shape, which is when Virat Kohli turned up to bat. Now he was able to stabilize the innings, and by the end of the day, he was batting at 40 not out. He went home on that day. Unfortunately, tragedy struck and his father passed away at 3 a.m. in the night. Nobody expected him to turn up to play the next day. So the players and his coach, everyone was shocked when they saw him in the dressing room all padded up and ready to bat. Not only did he turn up, but he also went on to play a great innings. He made 90 runs and saved Delhi from a certain follow-on. Now, can we imagine what Virat Kohli was going through on that day when he was batting? First of all, there was the pressure of the match. There was a massive score and they had already lost 5 wickets. That pressure was there. But more importantly, there was this terrible tragedy and he had to process that tragedy as he was playing the game. So there was that distraction, the mental distraction as well. But despite all of that, he was able to play. He was able to play his natural game. He was able to play well. To perform in this kind of a situation and to be able to manage your emotions, to be able to manage the stress, this is known as a state of flow, performing in a state of flow. There's a book, Flow, The Psychology of Optimal Performance, which you can read. But in a state of flow, the artists perform or artists create great art. Sportsmen, they went on to play some of their best innings, and scientists do their most crucial work. So the next question which must be coming in your minds is, what is the state of flow? So there is another book which I read, which is known as The Inner Game of Tennis, in which the book is about, in which the author explains that to be great at something, there are two things which are needed. One is an inner game and the second is the outer game. Now, the inner game is about the physical aspects of the game. It's about the ability to play that game, about the expertise, about the natural ability. And that is obviously required. It is a prerequisite to be great at anything. But more importantly, we have the other aspect, which is the inner game. The inner game has to do with the mental aspect of the game, to be able to deal with the mental emotions as we are going through them, and still be able to play a great game. Just to give you an example, we talked about Kohli, and as he was batting, there must be that inner voice which goes on in all our heads, saying that what will other people think, that his dad has passed away and he's still here playing the game, whether he will be able to play a big game, what will others think about him. So all of those inner voice which is going through the head. And it is true not only about Kohli, but it is true about all of us, because we have to deal with that inner voice all the time. Whenever we have to try, when we want to do something new, there is that inner voice which tells us why we should not be doing something. And what if we fail? What if we get humiliated in front of everyone? What if my competitor does a much better job than I am doing? So there are all these inner voices, and once we are able to manage the inner voice, and once we are able to manage the distractions, we too can come in that state of flow. So now the next question which must be going through your heads is that how can we be in that state of flow? So there are three tips which I have for that. The one which is talked about in the book which I talked about, The Inner Game of Tennis. And this is a solution which tennis players use a lot of time, that they focus on the ball, right? And this is specific to sportsmen, but they focus on the ball to kind of remove all the distractions. They are very focused on the quality of the ball, on the color of the ball, on the trajectory of the ball, on every movement of the ball um, as it leaves the racket of their opponent. And so when they're so focused on the ball, they are able to get rid of all the other distractions and the mental distractions which they're going through. The second one, which I also use, is to make lists of the things which we have to do, of the tasks, because every day we have the stress of all the things that we have to complete, right? Whether it is our work or whether it is things in our personal life, we are stressed out by all the things which we have to complete. And so if we can make a list and we are aware that we are in control of all the tasks, we know exactly what has to be done for each one of them, and we have it written down somewhere, then we can get rid of all the distractions and we can perform in an optimal way. And finally, the third solution, which is the more long-term solution, is that how can we reduce in an authentic way the inner noise, the mental distractions which we are going through. And who knows, we can also be great at whatever we want to do. But to do that, it is a journey, right? It's not a destination. We need to understand the inner voice and why it is telling us what it is telling us. It may need some therapy, or it may need some introspection, or it can also be done through meditation. But once we have the understanding, it makes us capable, or it gives us the ability to better deal and manage those distractions. So finally, in conclusion, I would say that we can be in a state of flow. And when we are in that state, we are relaxed. We are totally relaxed. And more importantly, we are fearless, because fear is also something which holds us all back. And in that state, we are truly, truly free to focus on what really matters. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Kudos, BKC Fireflies. 3 wonderful speeches, 3 thought-provoking speeches. And yes, Kashif, there was a book that I read not so long ago, actually quite a few years ago. It's called the forget the name, but there's a brilliant line in that book, which the conclusion of your speech reminded me of that line. The line was, fear is the real mind killer. So if you're afraid, your mind is dead. You're dead, you're not going to be able to perform at your optimal peak. So thank you for sharing your knowledge on being in the state of flow and achieving your peak performance. It was really, really useful information. Lists are something I can swear by. Then focusing on the moment, it's hard, but if you can do it, you're going to be achieving your state of flow. I think that is a really nice insight that you shared with us. Thank you so much. We're running a little bit behind time, so I'm going to move quickly to the last segment, the second segment of the meeting. And before I do that, let me quickly ask the timer if any of our speakers were not able to stay within the allotted time. Sandhya, this question is for you. All right, I think Sandhya is not available. Let's quickly move on. I'll check with her later. Let's quickly move on to the second segment of the meeting, which is the table topics. And for that, I'm going to call up Toastmaster Akash to take charge of the meeting going forward. Over to you, Akash.
Am I audible, Sai?
Yes, you are.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. So I am the table topic master for today's meeting. The purpose of the table topic section is to help members to think on their feet and speak on a given subject between 1 to 2 minutes. The ability to think and speak quickly is an important skill. It helps to present our thoughts in clear and organized manner with a minimum of preparation. Every speaker needs to speak for minimum of 1 minute to be get qualified as a best table topic speaker. So in this part of section, even guests are allowed to participate. So I would encourage everyone to use word of the day, silence while speaking. And talking about the topics, so I had prepared for general election and voting theme. So I have few topics on that. So I will ask you like which one topic you want. You want general topic or topic based on the theme? So based on that, you can ask and I will give a topic. So that's about the rule and guidelines. So who wants to go first?
Toastmaster Akash, I would encourage you to just pick someone because we're all Toastmasters here. So let's not wait for people to volunteer. Just pick a name, I'll spotlight them and you can continue.
Sure. No problem. Let me take Sazilal, would you like to volunteer for table topic?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Can we have a timer screen as well?
We will not be sharing a screen. The speaker will have to keep an eye on the strip above to see the timer's window.
Sure. So do you want a topic on the theme or a general table topic? Toastmaster Sadila.
You can give anything.
Okay. What Toastmaster Sadila, what good thing you have done this year? What good thing you have done this year, Toastmaster Sadila?
Good evening, table topic master and Toastmaster of the day and my fellow Toastmasters. I sincerely thank BKC Fireflies to give me an opportunity to participate in this table topic round. So the topic given is a relevant topic. What good thing I have done in this year? So I can the good thing this year done by me is for myself. So far, in all these years, I was neglecting or caring about myself. So this year, I have taken some decision so that I can nurture myself and give some good time for me. I was working almost 27 years, and I think one major part of my life is completed. So I was neglecting myself. So what the good thing I done is this year I decided to uh, spend more time to read books and periodicals. So that was one of the greatest decision I have taken, and I'm trying to implement it in a structured way, but still not able to regularly practice that. But by reading books, our creativity and our imagination level is going up, and also it helps us to reduce our stress, which build from our busy career and work schedule. And one will wonder whether we can get enough time to practice this kind of hobbies. But surely we can cut off a lot of unwanted activities we are doing as part of our daily life and can earmark some time for practicing such good things for yourself so that it will help you to keep a stable mental state as well as relax and relieve your stresses. So I also encourage all of you to take up some hobbies like reading books, whatever it may be, so that you can, or maybe you can learn a musical instrument or something. But whatever it may be, give some time for yourself. So that is the best way. We are all living through the crazy life, but still we can. It's a time to think about retrospect and start practicing something to release your stresses and build and rejuvenate yourself. That's all. Thank you.
That's great. You started focusing on yourself. So next, I am Toastmaster Sudhir. You want to go next?
Fine. No issue.
Yeah. So your topic is Toastmaster Sudhir. As a member of parliament candidate, how do you persuade voters effectively? As a member of parliament candidate, how do you persuade voters effectively? Toastmaster Sudhir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akash, for the topic. As a member of parliament, how do I take the voting effectively?
Voters.
So, a very good evening to all. Yeah, as everyone has got its own right to voice his or her opinion, since this is a democratic country, it's each and everyone's right to go for a vote. And for the same, the government imparts a holiday. But that holiday is to exercise your choice, not to go on a vacation by joining it with any Saturdays or any leaves that you are having with you. And it's important because people take it just to the fact that it's just a vote, but that vote counts a lot. Why? Because a simple example is for any ward or anything, okay, the person that gets elected gets crores of money, and that is given to him to spend it on each and every individual. So if you take an example for a ward like Bangalore, as most of them are from Bangalore, okay, the amount of money that is departed by the central government is around say 5 crore for 1 year plan. And if a person does not go for a vote, goes for a holiday, then that position that he needs to get it elected does not happen in the right choice. And just because of the wrong decision, a person who is incompetent for the position can be elected, and the funds that have been created for the MP may be utilized for other things. So I request each one of the people over here to go with an open mind, as Toastmaster and the presiding officer had said, to do own research and go for the voting. Thank you. Over to the TTM. Akash.
Great attempt, Toastmaster Sudhir. Toastmaster Mahesh, would you like to go next?
Yeah, it's fine.
So your topic is Toastmaster Mahesh. What is the one best investment in life? What is the one best investment in life, Toastmaster Mahesh?
Yeah, thank you very much for such an interesting topic. Sorry, there was some echo. Thank you once again very much for the interesting topic. And the most important investment in one's life, as per the studies, it is told that which people are the most happiest people in the world. As per the studies, it came out that there are many different things a person can be happy. Either a person can be happy by having more wealth, more property, more social life, more friends, more relatives. So the list is long. But as per the studies, the persons who are having a strong relationships, it may be with the friends or it may be with the family members, they are the most happiest person in the world. They live longer, they remain more happier. So the best investment in one's life, if you talk of my life, is I will invest in relationships. So I will try to ensure I give time to building relationships. I give time to my friends. I give some precious quality time with my daughters, with my wife. So that I think should be the most important investment in one's life. One can invest in stocks, equity markets, you have the money. So money once lost, you can regain it. You can earn. There are different ways. If you work hard, you can again regain the lost money. But if you spoil the relationships, then I am very sorry to say it is non-recoverable. It is irreversible process. You will repent it for the rest of your life. So it's an request to one and all to be very, very careful in building relationships, and be careful when you have some fight with your near and dear ones. You should think twice before spelling some difficult words or some bad language, because as I told previously, it is an irreversible process. So the best investment in one's life, in my life, is building relationships. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Great, Mahesh. Yeah, we will also start investing in our relationships. Next, I would ask, Aditya, Toastmaster Aditya. So your topic is what qualities needed to be a great political leader? What qualities needed to be a great political leader? Toastmaster Aditya.
Our very dear Sergeant at Arms has instructed very clearly to not speak on politics, but let me make this topic as non-political as possible. Uh, Whether a political leader or a corporate leader, I think the primary leadership quality one needs is empathy. And empathy is the most difficult skill to inculcate because you will have to think and feel on someone else's shoes. It depends how closely you are able to understand the emotions and feelings of the person who's working with you and appropriately take decisions. Most of the political leaders, they lack empathy, and probably that is the main reason why they are not able to fulfill the economic and social goals of the country, because you have to keep people first. But in the Toastmasters fraternity, I met some really good leaders like Toastmaster Sneha, Toastmaster Mukta Natkar, Toastmaster Priyanka, who were able to think on fate at the same time while prioritizing the member orientation, the members' basic necessities, the members' experience in Toastmasters meeting. And I think that is the reason they have been able to evolve and succeed as impressionistic leaders. So the elections coming forward, going ahead, I hope we invest more on those leaders who are understanding and empathetic. Over to you, Tabletop Monster.
Great. Yeah, the empathy is truly a important qualities a leader must have. So who wants to go next? Quickly nominate Toastmaster Cynthia. Would you like to go next?
Yeah, sure, I don't mind.
So your topic is, can you live without a smartphone for a day? Can you live?
Sorry,
Yeah. Can you live without a smartphone for a day?
without a smartphone for the day.
Yeah, for one day. Can you live without a smartphone for one day? Toastmaster Cynthia.
What a great idea. I would love to do that. And I have done that. And I practice it regularly to at least in a day not to touch the smartphone, because smartphone is supposed to be my servant. I'm not supposed to be the servant of the smartphone. So and most of us are into that particular zone where we are so glued, so lost into our smartphones that we have forgotten the relationships that we have had. Adding to what Toastmaster Mahesh just mentioned about the importance of relationships, and being away from the smartphone will help you develop those relationships and will help you strengthen those relationships, because the smartphones that enable superficial connections, superficial likes, and instant gratifications will all stop. It will help you realize that there is much more to having smartphones. There is much more to life than having smartphones. So yes, I would love to live without the smartphones. I have lived without the smartphones, and I would encourage everyone to detox, is the word, and develop yourself to become sinisters in whatever you are doing. You can only do that by being for one day away from the smartphones. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster, Table Topics Master.
Thank you. Yeah, sure. We would love to do that one day without a smartphone. So Toastmaster Sai, do we have time for one more table topic, or are we done?
We can maybe do one more. Everybody's having a good time, so let's do one more.
Sure. Toastmaster Kashif, would you like to go next?
Yeah.
Your topic is, what is the mean by true success? What is the mean by true success, Toastmaster Kashif?
It's a very deep question to be able to answer in a minute and a half or 2 minutes, but let me try. So conventionally, I think lot of us, the way that we have been brought up, success has always been equated with a position in life, with money, um, with doing well, whatever it is that you are doing. So from current standards, I think that is what is success. From a different perspective, though, if we look at it, if you go and ask a person who is religious, um, for them, the definition of success may be a little different. For them, it may be that they want to have a closer relationship with God, and that is success for them. And then there are some other people like who for whom success is, as I think we were talking about earlier as well, having good relationships with our closed ones. So that is also success. So I think the definition of success really depends on the perspective of everyone, and it is not that everyone has exactly the one definition of success, because you can also combine all of these things to create a more holistic definition of success, where you are not only successful in life and you are earning, and money is obviously a part of the equation, but you also have good relationships, and you also have maybe not a relationship with God, but you have a sense of peace and calm. And if we put all of that together, then we can take aspects from it and create our own definition of success as well. For me personally, I think a little bit of all of them is my definition of success. It has changed, it has evolved, and earlier I would have focused more on the material aspect, but now I think that aspect has become less, significantly less for me than the more social aspects of success. Yeah, over to you, TTM.
Wow, that was a really deep and insightful table topic attempt. So thank you very much. Timer, can we have a timer's report for table topic and prepared speech section?
Sure. I think this has been a very interesting table topic session, and the speakers have loved to speak on these topics. But the downside of that has been that we have quite a few disqualifications based on time, because three speakers overvoted were beyond time. So Toastmaster Sajilal took 2 minutes 45 seconds. Unfortunately, he is disqualified. Toastmaster Sudhir took 2 minutes 8 seconds. He qualifies on the basis of time. Toastmaster Mahesh took 2 minutes 52 seconds. So he also gets disqualified on the basis of time. Toastmaster Aditya took 1 minute 33 seconds. He qualifies. Toastmaster Cynthia took 1 minute 37 seconds. So she is also qualified. Toastmaster Kashif took 2 minutes 35 seconds. So unfortunately, he is also disqualified on the basis of time. So I will, in a nutshell, the speakers who do qualify on the basis of time for voting are Toastmaster Sudhir, Toastmaster Aditya, and Toastmaster Cynthia. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandhya, for a detailed report, timers report. And I basically hand over the stage to TMOD, Toastmaster Sai. Thank you.
Thank you. You did ask the question, but I think Toastmaster Sandhya missed that. Sandhya, could you also tell us the timings for the prepared speakers?
Sure. The good news is that all prepared speakers have qualified on the basis of time. Toastmaster Saurabh took 5 minutes 17 seconds. Toastmaster Cynthia took 7 minutes 3 seconds. And Toastmaster Kashif finished exactly on time at 7 minutes and 30 seconds. So
Wow.
congratulations to all the prepared speakers.
Kashif is definitely living at the edge. He had 7:30 in his prepared speech and 2:35, unfortunately, in his table topics. We gained a bit of time. We recovered a bit of time because our table topics master was very gracious, but we're still 3 minutes behind. So I'm going to jump quickly to the general evaluation section of the meeting by spotlighting Mahesh as the next host for you. Mahesh, over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sai. So very good evening to all of you. This is my debut match as a general evaluator. So I wish myself all the best. For your knowledge, I think Sachin made his debut at 16. I am making my debut at 45 plus. And KFC owner, I think, is made his debut at 60 plus. So I am in intermediate phase. So all the best to me. The common thing is that all of the three are passionate about their job. So that's the only common thing. Others, nothing is common. So regarding feedback and evaluation, there is a very good quote. It goes like this: that good isn't good if it can be better, and better also isn't good if it can be best. So let us strive to be best by giving positive feedback and accepting the feedbacks for self-improvement and development. So that's a very good quote, which I liked very much. So regarding evaluations, so first we will highlight the things which went very well, the positives. The meeting started.
Mahesh, quickly, we have to do the evaluation for the speakers first. So all the prepared speakers need to be evaluated first, and then you can get the report from the auxiliary role players. And finally, you have to give your feedback for the overall meeting.
Okay, no problems. Yeah. So evaluation is divided into three sections. So the first one, we'll have the speech evaluations by respective evaluators. The second one will be the reports from the auxiliary timers, auxiliary role players. And last, I'll be presenting the general evaluation. So I request Toastmaster Sijal to present the evaluation report for the speaker, Toastmaster Saurabh. Over to you, Sijal.
Thank you, General Evaluator. And once again, good evening to Toastmaster of the day, Table Topic Master, and fellow Toastmasters. I thank BKC Fireflies to give me an opportunity to do this evaluation round. And today I evaluated Toastmaster Saurabh's icebreaker speech. And let us give a good round of applause to him. Saurabh has delivered this icebreaker speech in an excellent way. Though it was an icebreaker, the speech was delivered in a professional and a seasoned speaker's way. The icebreaker speech justified the basic structure and the transformations very clearly. The speech started with a clear definition on what is coachee and a coach. Then later the speech has explained 4 to 5 major aspects of the practical coaching. And in the second part, the speech is explaining the benefits of practicing the coaching techniques and the transformation it can bring in one's life. And the speaker also is quoted his personal experience of that self-transformation from a naive person who was having stage fear to a person who is an effective and fluent public speaker. So that try to emphasize the benefits which can be reaped by a person who can practice these coaching techniques, and also the contribution to the society or by helping another person, the coachee, to gain confidence and identify his or her potential to grow as a professional speaker. So the speech was overall is a very good attempt, and he scored good points in all aspects of the speech.
nevertheless, there is a room for improvement to build on the existing capabilities of the speaker. So the most important point I can recommend is in the first part, the speech is identifying 4 to 5 important aspects of that coaching. Maximum. So that way, you can communicate more effectively to the audience. And the second point, though you used your personal experience, you could have used how effectively use 1 or 2 techniques in your personal life to get that transformation realized, so that the audience can also take away some points, action points from the speech. So overall, the speech was very brilliant, and I congratulate you for delivering such a brilliant icebreaker speech. And thanks, all the best for the upcoming speeches from you. Thank you. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sejal, for the very good evaluation. Now, may I request Toastmaster Aditya to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster India. Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Cynthia had strong content, and because of that, the audience was feeling content. There is a use of homophonic to begin my evaluation. Toastmaster Cynthia had really fresh content. There was novelty in her concept, which made it more relatable, more useful for the audience. It was also relevant to the project objective because it expected her to use different pronunciation, different stresses, and different usage of vocal variety in her speech. Toastmaster Cynthia used spontaneity and wit very effectively. There were instances when she came up with some punchlines like, hey, I'm the Sergeant at Arms of today's meeting suit too. Therefore, I restrict you from using that word. Now let's look at areas where Toastmaster Cynthia can go a step higher in her speech. And number 1, having a speech with a proper purpose and structure. It might be a good idea for TMOD or for a training session, but I felt like the speech lacked the ideal structure of a Toastmaster speech, like an introduction where she establishes the core idea of the speech, and then the body of the speech where the crux of the speech lies, and then lastly, a conclusion with a call to action for the audience. I also noticed that there was one gesture with fingers clenching each other, touching each other, repetitively used in her speech. I would have liked it even more had she used more descriptive gestures, more emphatic gestures, minute gestures while describing objects in her speech. Lastly, mobile or the background as a canvas. I wish she had placed her mobile horizontally and let us view the entire canvas behind. That would have given me an opportunity to evaluate her stage movements and hand gestures even more diligently. Otherwise, remarkable content, commendable interaction with the audience, and good wit and spontaneity in the speech, a little bit of fine-tuning with the purpose and structure in the speech, hand gestures and its variety. Canvas can take the speech to another level and definitely elevate the quality and effectiveness of the speech. I'm rooting for you, Toastmaster Cynthia. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Aditya, for such a thorough type of evaluation. Thank you very much. So now may I request Toastmaster Sandhya to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Kashif. Toastmaster Sandhya.
Sure. May I request someone to kindly time me while I'm doing the evaluation?
Let me do that. Let me quickly get set up before I just put it on chat that your timing, what your timing is.
Sure, that works.
Give me 1 second. All set. Please go ahead.
Thank you, General Evaluator. And a special mention to Toastmaster Kashif, who is going to be the cynosure of this evaluation, my target speaker. Toastmaster Kashif, I loved a number of things about your speech. In the order of importance, the first thing that I loved is the way you introduced the speech itself and the theme of your speech. You gave a great example of a famous personality, Virat Kohli. Not just that he is a popular personality, but in contemporary times, he holds a lot of value, especially at a time when the IPL is ongoing, when the RCB is not doing that well, but Virat Kohli himself is performing very well. And the example that you gave was very close to what's happening currently. So it was very relatable. And the concept that you told us about, the state of flow, you had a great example to explain that concept. And I'm sure that all of us have ingrained that concept thanks to the example that you introduced. So a great way of introducing the topic. And that's what I like the most about your speech. The second thing that I liked about your speech was the structure of the speech itself. You started with an example, you explained the concept, then you elaborated on the concept. That is, on which other fields can we see the state of flow, be it with artists, be it with sports persons, be it with people in other fields. So that also worked very well with your speech. The third thing that I liked were your hand gestures. They were very visible. You have positioned your camera very well. So in a way, that again told us how comfortable you were with your audience because you continuously had those hand gestures. But now, what can you do to go to the next level to make your speech much better? One thing is the speech objectives. The objective of your speech was to use voice modulation or hand gestures. Although you had good hand gestures, I thought there was a lot of scope for voice modulation in the speech. For example, when you were talking about Virat Kohli, there is so much of voice modulation that you could have done. The sixer that he hit, you know what a wonderful sixer that it was. He was depressed. He had lost his father, but he still performed really well on the crease. So there was a lot of scope for voice modulation, and I hope that you had used that. The second thing that I wish you had included in your speech was a personal story. How does the theme of your speech, the state of flow, relate to you as a person? Have you ever experienced that, or did you ever use that in your life? So in conclusion, Toastmaster Kashif, I think it was a great speech. You had great examples to explain a theme that is not very well known to an audience, but you explained it using very good examples. You had great hand gestures, but add a personal story and think about the objectives of your project. Include that, make that the center of your speech, and that will make your speech from a good speech to a great speech. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sandhya. Now it's time to move to auxiliary role players reports. So may I plead Toastmaster Sandhya to present the timer report, please. Toastmaster Sandhya.
Sure. The good news is that all evaluators have qualified on the basis of time. Toastmaster Sajila took 3 minutes, 13 seconds. Toastmaster Aditya took 2 minutes, 37 seconds. And Toastmaster Sai tells me that I took 3 minutes, 19 seconds. So all speech evaluators have qualified. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. May I request Toastmaster Sudhir to present the report, our counter report. Toastmaster Sudhir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahesh. So I was sure to listen to each and every person speaking what, and I would just present my report. Hope it's visible. So everyone had a good scope of speaking, and being cynosure, I was trying to gauge whether Sai would say some filler words or some back. But since he is master and an ISC champion, I could not find much. The other things that most of the people spoke were and so. That was on a larger scale. which we can see. The one thing I would like to tell is, Kasif, even it was a prepared speech, you had more of the ands and the so's. So if you can little much work upon it, it would be better. Then it was Saijilal who had 7 so's. I know it was an impromptu, but still. And to name other things was myself, who was on a higher side with both, since it was the topic that was given. Nevertheless, this is the dashboard from our counter. Over to the Toastmaster Mahesh.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sudhir, for presenting a detailed report. Now, may I urge Toastmaster Harshil to present the grammarian report. Toastmaster Harshil.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator. I'm excited to present the grammarian report. The good news is that the word of the day, it seems that it has become everyone's favorite word. The word cynosure was used 8 times during the meeting. Surely, I think it's got registered in everyone's mind. So I applaud, I really appreciate that. Some good, impressive words and proverbs used during the meeting are as follows: nurturing, non-verbal cues, persistence. Then there was one very nice quote used by our TMOD Sai, that plants, if nurtured, they grow, and if left aside, they wither away. Heteronym, empathy, detox. So these are some impressive words and proverbs used during the meeting. Some incorrect usage of grammar sentences that had grammatical errors are as follows. So there was one line, this not so confidence affected me. So instead, the correct way of speaking is the underconfidence. That underconfidence affected me, rather than using not so confidence. Then there was one line used, to make lists of tasks. So there are 2 plural words. So rather we can say to make a list of all the tasks. Then help us to better a deal. So we can say help us crack or help us get a better deal. Then it was said that speak for minimum of 1 minute. So rather than 1 minute, you could have said speak for minimum of 1 minute. Then we can cut off unwanted tasks. So the better way of speaking is we can eliminate unwanted tasks. Eliminate is the word that could have been used. Release your stresses is incorrect. Rather, release your stress is the right way to speak. Then there was one line used, think twice before spelling bad words. Instead of spelling, think twice before speaking bad words. Think and feel on someone else's shoes. Rather, we can say that yourself in someone else's shoes and speak on feel. So yeah, these are a few things that I had noted and observed. Yeah, that's it. That's the grammarian report from my end. Over to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Harshil. So now we'll move to the general evaluation of the meeting. So being my maiden outing, I'm really quite excited, and I am feeling that I am on cloud 9. So I'll just we'll start with the positives of the meeting. The first thing, the meeting started dot on time at 7 p.m. So that has become the identity of our BKC Fire Plus Club meeting. So kudos to one and all. It's a combined efforts. So please continue that. So the SA clearly spelled out the do's and don'ts of the meeting, including the mission statement. So that was great. The theme of the meeting, driving me crazy. So it really is quite related to our day-to-day life. So Congo for selecting the theme, driving me crazy. It's quite practical in our day-to-day life. So it was quite related to our life. Toastmaster Sandhya inspired us to read books. So normally we are so much inclined into the televisions, mobiles. So I urge each and every one of you to please spare some time to read books. So thank you, Toastmaster Sandhya. She also told us that as a responsible citizen, we should cast vote. So I request one and all, during the election time, please vote. Regarding the speech topics, the topics were really very quite interesting and quite informative. Means we really learned a lot, and I really tell you that if you implement 10% of the learnings of these topics, you will be more successful in your life, in your personal and professional life. Just see the topic names: unlocking potential. What a great topic selection it was there. Regarding the noun to verb, the same word, if we change the pronunciation, it changes from noun to verb. That was a new learning from me, at least. I think many people might have learned. It's quite a new learning for all of us. The third topic was performance in a state of flow. So that was quite an amazing story regarding Virat Kohli. So the speech topics were really amazing, quite practical, and please implement the learnings. You'll be more successful in life. The speech evaluations, the evaluators did a fantastic job. Kudos to all the evaluators. Regarding table topics, the topics were really quite interesting. And let me congratulate the table topic speakers, because delivering impromptu speech is the most difficult part for any speech delivery. So that is a great achievement of delivering the impromptu speech. The topics, the few learnings were there in the topics, that you should give some time to the hobbies. Giving vote, casting vote is very important. The best investment is investing in relationships, and having some empathy will certainly help in your life. So that was regarding table topics and the table topic speakers. Speaking of individual brilliance, I think giving some feedback to Toastmaster Sai, Sindhya or Sandhya is like showing light to the sun. So that is not possible, at least for me. But we all know Toastmaster Sai is really a multitasker. How does he perform different tasks so perfectly is a thing to ponder. Regarding Toastmaster Sandhya, I think the way she communicates, it almost feels that she is a divine character. So how does she find the divinity? She is such a cool character, and I am not. I'm really proud to say that she is the Lady Dhoni of our club. She remains so calm and composed. It's great. Regarding Toastmaster Cynthia, her speeches are really mesmerizing. Any newcomer will be really very attracted to her speeches. I think really very mesmerizing speeches she delivers. Regarding auxiliary role players, auxiliary role players are the backbone of our of any meeting. So thank you, Timer, for teaching us the value of time, and thank you, our counter, for knowing us the unknown devils in our speech like oohs and ums. And thank you, grammarian, for improving our grammar. These are the positives, and let us move to the areas which need some finishing touches. So one observation was there, means there are so many disqualifications in the prepared in this table topic speeches. So I was also one of the luckiest person to get disqualified, but I am not sure what was the reason for other speakers. But I was continuously looking at the screen, but I was not able to visualize this green, yellow, and red signals. So I am not sure for other speakers. So I will. So I request it can be solved. Miss, why I was not able to see that signals. because there are so many disqualification in that prepared speaker speeches. One thing in any organization, we have both the mission and the vision statement. So in all the meetings, the mission statement is spelled out. I am not sure whether we have the club vision statement also, because vision statement will take us far. So I request if there is a vision statement of the club, we can always spell out that one also. It will help us to take our club further. So I'll request Toastmaster Sai that you are a master in multitasking. So in our professional life, we are always involved in multitasking jobs, but we are hardly successful. So if you can give some training and tips to all of us how to be a good multitasker, it will be really helpful to all the club members. And there is in all the evaluations, one common point is I have found out that there is always a scope of improvement of vocal variety and voice modulation. In spite of giving 3 to 4 speeches, there is always a scope of improvement. So I'll request the subject expert on this that you can provide some trainings or training materials or some tips how we can improve upon the vocal variety and voice modulation. It will be certainly helpful to all the club members because there is a common feedback in almost all the meeting. Overall, the meeting was quite a memorable one. And I'm proud to say that BKC Fireflies Toastmasters are the dinosaurs compared to other Toastmasters of other clubs. I'm sorry to say, Toastmaster Sai, that we didn't learn a little, we didn't enjoy a little, we didn't laugh a little. In fact, we laughed a lot, we learned a lot, we gained a lot. Thank you very much. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mahesh. I would never have thought this is your first time doing a general evaluation. You were so calm and composed, just like the Lady Dhoni of BKC Fireflies, Toastmaster Sandhya. While I have everyone's attention, while I'm the cynosure of everybody's eyes, let me quickly launch the polls so that we can get that rolling at the back while I close out the rest of the meeting. Like I said in the beginning of the meeting, I wanted to share a little riff or a modification of this famous poem by Rudyard Kipling called If. So let me get to that while you guys are voting. It can keep happening in the background. If you can read the road and divine a vehicle's path when all about you are honking in an auditory Morse code, if you can resist the urge to join the race to the next red light, knowing that patience is the true currency of the road, if you can await your turn at the signal when all about you are cutting ahead and looking quizzically at you, if you can refrain from honking when the car in front of you takes a few seconds longer than strictly necessary to move, if you can use your indicator to signal your intentions when all about you cut you off without thought, if you can lower your high beams on a darkened road when you see opposing traffic coming your way, if you can take the longer route to reach your destination and not go the wrong way to shave a precious second off your time, if you can yield to pedestrians and understand right of way when all about you honk and weave to get away, if you never ride on someone's blind spot when you know that doing so puts yourself and everyone else at risk, if you can see lane markings on the road and follow them when everyone else seems to see them as suggestions or worse, hieroglyphics, if you can fill the 60 seconds, the unforgiving minute, with 60 seconds of being a civilized, considerate driver, you will be a better citizen of this road. And what more, you will be a man, my son. I know it sounds a little sexist to end the poem saying you'll be a man, my son, because there are a lot of women drivers in the world. But the fact is that the original poem on which this is based also ends the same way. It is a poem from a father to his son. It ends saying that you'll be a man, my son. So I just kept that ending. But the rest of it is about how we can be better drivers on the road. For example, if you're driving on high beam, lower your high beam if you see the other person, somebody else coming from the other side. If you need to go to the wrong way, don't go the wrong way, just go the right way. It just takes a few more seconds, but it makes life much better for people who are coming in the direction of traffic. Small thing, don't honk so much. Don't drive in people's blind spot. That is a problem which can cause immense accidents and danger for everyone. So please, when you're driving, try not to drive in a place where the person cannot see you in the rearview mirror. That's called the blind spot, and it's a very dangerous place to drive. It's dangerous not just for the driver, not just for you, but for the other driver also. Please don't be in people's blind spot. So those small things we can do to become better citizens on the road and drive me a little less crazy, which is what the purpose of this meeting was, to let people know what drives me crazy and how we can get around that and not drive me crazy. Really quickly, now that the results have been shared, let me announce the results. The best, let me start with the auxiliary role players first.
Toastmaster Sai, the presiding officer, will announce.
Oh yes, I'm not the presiding officer. I forgot about that. On that note, let me close the meeting. Let me close my section of the meeting and hand it over to the presiding officer for the meeting, who happens to be Toastmaster Sandhya Krishnan, who's also called the Lady Dhoni. I'm going to call her LD from now, Lady Dhoni of BKC Fireflies.
Well, thank you very much, Toastmaster Sai, for telling us how to drive. And before I announce the results, how many of you have driven on the Mumbai Trans Harbour Link, or the Atal Setu, as it's called? Toastmaster Cynthia. Anyone else? Toastmaster Aditya. Anyone else? No one else? Okay. So here is a great chance for you to drive on the Trans Harbour Link, or at least get a driver and go there, because the division contest for division B, D, S, and U, 4 divisions under District 98, is happening on the 28th of April. That is next Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The contest will be held at Ulve, which is, so if you take the Trans Harbour Link, you can reach there in, I guess, in about 35 minutes, 45 minutes, depending on where in Mumbai you are located. But if you're located somewhere in the eastern suburbs, I think 30 minutes is what it will take you to get there. It's going to be a very exciting contest. It's called Ignite. It is the division conference of District 98. As I said, 4 divisions are coming together. What is more, 2 of our contestants, 2 of our club members from BKC Fireflies, Toastmaster Sai and Toastmaster Pranav, will be participating at the international speech contest. They will be competing at the division level. To go to the next level, the winners of the division level will be participating in eloquence, that is the district level competition, which is going to be held in end of May in Daman and Diu Silvassa. So please come and witness. It's a hybrid conference. In case you think you cannot make it in person, you can also join the conference online. We will share the details of the conference on our club group. But if you can make it to the conference in person, nothing like it, because some of our club members are already going to be there in person. Toastmaster Sai, for example, will be competing at the contest in person, and I think also Toastmaster Pranav. So it's a great chance to listen to your own club members and also listen to other members. The contest will be of great quality because these are contestants who have won at not just their club, but also at the area level, and now are competing at the division level. So it's going to be great. There will also be the Tall Tales contest held other than the ISC. So you can witness a great day of speeches. So please do try and come. If you register before the 24th of April, there is some discount on the registration fee. So please try and register before that. So that's the update on what's happening at the district level in District 98 of Toastmasters. And I now have the results for the meeting. The results are pretty interesting, and this is deja vu. The table topics, the best table topic speaker and the best evaluator, looks like this man has decided that he's going to bag these 2 prizes every time that he attends a BKC Fireflies meeting, and that is none other than Toastmaster Aditya. Congratulations, Toastmaster Aditya. You have been declared as both the best table topic speaker and the best evaluator, just like the last meeting. I remember this also happened at the last meeting that you won both these prizes. The next time we are not going to let you take up the evaluator role.
Thank you. And I hope
Just
to
joking.
inform you very well in advance so I can take the role of my choice.
So just joking, we're glad to have you, Toastmaster Aditya, and there is so much to learn from you as an evaluator. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
being here and congratulations. The best primary role player, this again is deja vu. This person took up a primary role also at the last meeting for the very first time, and he became the best primary role player. Again, he did this role for the very first time, and he is again been declared as the best primary role player. Toastmaster Mahesh, the general evaluator for the evening. Many, many congratulations. Very well done as a general evaluator, Toastmaster Mahesh. It's lovely to see that beaming smile on your face. So congratulations again on being declared the best primary role player. The best prepared speaker is somebody who taught us a new concept today. At least for me, it was a new concept. And that is Toastmaster Kashif. Congratulations, Toastmaster Kashif. Can we have your camera on? Can you come on video? Can we see you? Yes, there he is. Many congratulations, Toastmaster Kashif, for that great speech.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And finally, the best auxiliary role player. There is a tie here, and the tie is between the R counter. And I must say, I really loved the visualization that you had as part of your report. So congratulate. You must teach us how to do that, Sudhir. So Toastmaster Sudhir, the R counter, and yours truly, the timer, have been jointly declared as the best auxiliary role players. So thank you everyone for being here and making this meeting successful. But before we go, we are running slightly out of time. I want to quickly speak with